All right, guys. Um, I hope you're going well, and today's a special day because it is the last day before the fifth and sixth ayahuasca ceremony in my life. I started my first ceremony exactly a year ago. Then 4 months passed. The two in September, and then tomorrow and Saturday will be, I think, really special because since the third and the fourth one in September, a lot has been happening, and I wouldn't say my best, but I did a great effort at trying to integrate all the learnings, lessons, and teachings from the past experiences. So essentially, one thing I think you have to know is that at my first ceremony ever, there's the ayahuasca that really taught me three universal principles. It was love, health, and family. And for an entire trip for 8 hours, it was just 2 hours on love, 2 hours on health, 2 hours on family, and then 2 hours on trying to integrate, think, and bring the core back. So for the last year, I've really been focusing on health, love, and family. And from last May to September, not much happened in terms of these three principles. But from September to now, oof, I think that I went back to ground zero in terms of clearing the bullshit and feeling free. In terms of love, in September, I had a girlfriend. Wasn't going too good at the time. We had been together for 3 years, and like in 8 months, we stopped the relationship in December. Um, Heartbroken, definitely, but yeah, I think that now when I talk to Jenna, it's clear that both of us see the benefits that we got from the relationship, and we see how like we progress so much in our personal life. So on the personal love side, I would say that the tensions and the thing that I was unsatisfied with has been cleared. In terms of universal love and just sending good thoughts, getting to share more empathy, more compassion towards other people, I think I got much better. I used to judge a lot, when I would see people being negative in the metro or just like not being focused, I'd be like, oh yeah, look at them, they're not being that, they're not being this. But now this is all over. I look at them, I send them some good thoughts, send them some love, and that's with almost everybody I see, in the streets, the metro. So try to share as much as possible now, really switching the mind. Then in terms of family, that was huge, always been huge in my life. Actually, I always felt like, not always, because I can't recall from 0 to 5 years old, but definitely from the age of 12 to March 1st this year. So from 12 to 23, I would say that my parents and family have been the greatest challenge in my life. Not that, I couldn't have wished for more. Like they really gave me everything they could, and the intentions from them were always pure. I cannot complain. The only thing that I told them was that it's not because the intention is pure that everything has its place. So in March, I went to them and I explained all my mindset, my thought, the way I think, my philosophies, and talk to them about my drug stories and bridge the gap between a life like the real Gregory that I would show you, that like that you would see um, all the time, and the Gregory that was in front of my parents. I always felt like I had to pretend in front of them because I knew that my lifestyle and the way I think did not fit their belief system. So I had to create like a double Gregory to not raise their concerns. And in March this year, I was like, this is over. I'm done with the double life. I'm going to go straight to them, clear the bullshit, tell them everything, and let's see what happens. And I think they took a hit. It was hard for them, I think, to grasp all the concepts. But overall, 2 months after now, great amelioration, great improvement, actually, on the family side. much more calm, and not as, I don't feel the control anymore. I freed myself, and I think I'll make a video out of this because there's that great lesson I learned in terms of making sure that your parents understand that you are now an adult. It might seem obvious because, I turned 18, I'm an adult, but what I've come to realize is parents, sometimes, they have a vision, like they envision you, in a way, a certain way. For some, your parents want you to be lawyers or doctors or engineers, whatever it is. They attach themselves to a vision. They have a view, and if that vision does not fit you, it is your responsibility to go to them and tell them, Dad, Mom, this is not for me. This is not who I am. I'm going to pursue this path. And from there, most of the time, like, I guess, you have to be ready to go with the consequences of following your path. But in the end, what I can tell you from my little experience is that once I freed myself from my parents, I automatically went straight to the energetical highway I was looking for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, insane, like how the pressure of, like, trying to please others, and especially, please your parents that are your heroes from childhood, and we want to please them. And at a point, there comes a time when you gotta live for yourself, and that has been taken care of on my side in March. So as I said, love solved, family solved, and now health huge. A year ago, I was not really, training, not meditating, just lots of thinking, lots of philosophy, lots of how to build a business. And now, I go to yoga almost every day, um, meditate as well almost every day, and huge, 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 huge improvements in terms of my eating as well. So I can see how the ayahuasca in the last year has impacted my life. And now the 2 trips that are coming up, Friday and Saturday, I think if I listen to my intuition right now and I look at the signs that I've seen in the last couple of days, it's going to be an interesting journey. I recently encountered Aubrey Marcus on the internet. He's the CEO of Onnit. Onnit is a total human optimization company, and what they do is they sell stuff like, actually, I have the product on my desk because I try to stay sharp. It's Alpha Brain, and yeah. So this guy, if I understood his story correctly, he wasn't feeling too good in 2010. Went deep in his inner work, went to an ayahuasca ceremony, started to clear his bullshit, change his mind, founded Onnit, and made a multi-million-dollar company within 6 years. So I think it's a great story, and it shows how, there's a saying that says, from ancient times, as above, so below, and I'm pretty sure that we can say, as within, so outside, or something like that. I don't know if it translates well, but definitely I'm pretty confident from what I've experienced that as you get stronger and more connected to yourself, and you get to become a believer and shape your mind, well, you get to shape your reality as well. And in that sense, um, I'm looking forward to the ayahuasca ceremonies, because Aubrey Marcus, what he says in a documentary is that even the warrior beats his own heart. And when he said that in the documentary that I watched 4 days ago, it went straight to my heart. I was like, this is why I'm watching that documentary, for that little sentence that he said. And I feel like this is it, accepting my death in the next 2 days, accepting the fact that this is only a vehicle for the soul, and that attaching myself to the body and all possessions does not bring happiness. And therefore, I'm looking forward to surrender to the ayahuasca, trust it. And I feel that with the work that has been done in the yoga, in the meditation, I'm ready to keep a still mind, to clear the voices, and let ayahuasca come in, do its work, and leave me with, I don't know what, but definitely um, some new pathways to explore and some new understandings of life. So looking forward to that, and also looking forward to see how ayahuasca this time will impact maat. I'm super confident about the vision we have right now. Super solid in terms of team dynamics, even though we're building the project remotely, where Sasha is now in Australia, Philip is in Europe. Great team. Finally, we're coming together after a year and a half of hustle, and I cannot wait to see how ayahuasca will impact the vision of the project, if it will at all, or if it's just going to allow me to explore more possibilities and allow me to understand what is at stake better. So that's it. My intention, as I said, is to surrender and trust, nothing else, just pure trust. So I'll let you have a wonderful weekend. I hope it's sunny where you live. Just let go, take a deep breath, and I'll see you on Monday with hopefully some great takeaways about the weekend.